Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox. That's Ben Olson. We're the founders of lsatdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from Sydney who asks, what if law isn't for me?
Sydney writes, "Hi, Ben and Nathan. I took my first LSAT on Wednesday, and I'm having serious second thoughts about law school. I don't know if it's the stress of the test or the fact that law school is starting to feel more real, but I'm starting to feel like law school isn't for me. I've always been a high achiever, so not going to law school, having a prestigious career, hasn't felt like an option, but I read on being a happy, healthy, ethical member of an unhappy, unhealthy, and unethical profession, per your recommendation, and it's making me second guess my decision. Did I just waste months of studying and money on LSAT prep? What can someone do if they have aptitude for the LSAT? I score in the 170s, but don't want to become a lawyer."
Literally anything else. I mean, there's just a world of opportunity out there. The fact that you are capable of scoring 170s in the LSAT, you could maybe do what I did, which is to teach and start my own business. You could do what Ben did, which was to teach and start your own business. You're sharp. You're good at reading. That's going to serve you in a million different ways. I certainly wouldn't worry about the sunk cost of wasting months of studying and however much money on LSAT prep. There are years of law school, and you didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on your LSAT prep, but you could easily spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a JD that you don't want or that you're not going to actually use. And so this to me is nothing but a good thing. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm speaking from, I'm almost 50 years old. And one thing that you learn as you get older is that you just part of the challenge of life is just deciding what stuff you're going to say no to. And eventually you will find your niche. I mean, there are tons of high prestige, high money jobs out there that don't involve the law. If you've learned that this isn't what you want to pursue, I feel like that's progress.
Apply for a job in the meantime with LSAT Demon?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we do hire people who score in the 170s, and we appreciate that you reached out to us, and, we're growing all the time. What is it? lsat.link /apply to find our application. But, also law school will always be there, Sydney. I mean, it never changes. It's always there. They're always trying to fill a new class every single year. People go to law school in their 30s or 40s all the time. I get the sense that Sydney is 22 years old.
Yep.
And you could come back to this, Sydney, when you're 32 or 42. And so at the very least, I think it's great that you're pumping the brakes here. Go get some work experience, go make some money, go save some money, live your life. And if it never stops speaking to you, maybe you'll meet some lawyers and you'll realize, here are the people who I do want to, the career of someone who I do want to actually do what they do.
Yeah.
Michael Friedman, on my recent interview that I did with him on the Thinking LSAT podcast. What was that, Ben? Episode 509, maybe, of the Thinking LSAT podcast?
That was, yeah.
I would encourage everybody to go check that out because Michael's an excellent lawyer on the west side of LA. He gave a great tip for how to meet lawyers.
Yeah.
Which is go to court. The courts are open. The courts are public. And anybody who's ever been to court knows that the courts are largely just dead empty. There's a huge open gallery of nobody sitting there. And if you're interested in lawyers, if you would like to meet lawyers, if you would like to see real lawyers, see what they do, there are county courthouses, state courthouses, federal courthouses. They're everywhere. And you could just, they probably publish their docket online somewhere. and you could just go walk into court, probably Monday through Friday, business hours, and you could just go walk in and sit there and watch a proceeding. You could also then ask the lawyers a question about what they did.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that I've been doing this for 15 damn years and just now
Never
realized.
thought of that. Yeah.
Never thought of it. Never thought of it. But I mean, that's what happens when you talk to real lawyers, right? Like
Yeah,
real
yeah.
practicing lawyers.
Yeah.
Michael was talking about how he goes and sits in court and watches. Maybe he has a matter coming up later in the day. He'll show up early, sit there, watch, just to learn, chat to, it's like watching sports for him. He's just watching, seeing what the lawyers do, chit chat to them, introduce each, make a connection. But Michael is like, hey, one, lawyers like to talk.
Yep.
Two, if you showed up and actually watched someone doing their work and then caught them in the hallway, or Michael said, go to the cafeteria, courthouse cafeteria, go get yourself a sandwich, sit around, go see if you can say hi to somebody.
Yep.
Put yourself out there a little bit. Not everybody's going to have time for you. They are busy people, but they do like to talk. And if you just went in and said, hey, what's up? I saw you. I just wanted to ask, why did you do that?
Yeah, you can be specific about that. You can also, there's a generic question that works really well for a lot of people. And that's just, what prompted you to get into law? Because everyone has a motivation and it's theirs. Now you've just cut right to their story and what interests them, or why this particular type of law. Why are you practicing here? Why are you taking on these kind of cases? And you can learn a lot and you don't have to think too hard.
Totally. I would tell Sydney, go do that. If you don't right now have lawyers in your life who you see what they do and you actually want to do that, but you still think, oh, but maybe I do want to be a lawyer. Maybe this is a good path for me. It sounds to me like you need to meet more lawyers. And there's nothing stopping anybody from going to local courthouses and go make some of those connections.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.